Happy Monday, Year 3. I hope you're enjoying. I hope you enjoyed your weekend and you're enjoying June so far. We're about halfway through June now, which is a bit crazy. But yes, today we're continuing this week. We're continuing with multiplication and division, but it's going to get a bit harder. The lesson's going to be a bit longer. So we're looking at bar multiplication today, and we all know how we use bar models. We've used bar models when you're in school, and we're going to go through the bar models again today to help us with our multiplying. So here are 3 jars. In each jar we can see there are 5 flowers. So we've got 3 jars and 5 flowers. It says we can find out how flowers there are. 5 plus 5 plus 5, and we know that means there are 15 flowers. However, we can also use multiplication. We can multiply the number of groups with the number of items in each group. So we have 3 groups, and we're going to think about the number of items in each group. We know each has 5 flowers, so it's 3 groups of 5, which you can call 3 times 5 equals 15. So here's another example. Here we have 6 bowls, and in each bowl there are 4 oranges. We could do an addition, or which is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, but that's a lot of little additions we have to do. Instead, we could do 6 times 4, 6 groups of 4 oranges, and we know 6 times 4, or 4 times 6, is 24. So Ben has 2 party hats. He decorates each hat with 8 stars. How many stars does Ben use? This is a worded problem, okay? So we need to think, how are we going to do this problem? We've got 2 hats, and we've got 8 stars on each hat. If we wanted to do multiplication, we could do 2 groups of 8. 2 times 8, 16. Now it's your go. Mira makes 5 necklaces. Each necklace has 10 beads. So we've got 5 groups of 10. How many groups are there? 5. How many items in each group? We can even count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So 5 groups of 10 would be 50 beads. So we can model the number in each group using cubes. And remember, in lesson we even did this. We got out the cubes and we modelled the number. A garden has 3 trees. On each tree there are 4 bird hangers. How many bird feeders are there altogether? So first we need to know the number of groups. We're not going to pick the bird hangers as the groups. We're going to pick the trees. So we've got 3 groups. And on each group, there are 4 bird hangers. So we can put 4 cubes in each block. And then we can join the cubes together and count them up. 3 times 4 is 12. Here's another one. 2 children each own 9 toy cars. 2 children, 9 cars. How many cars do they own altogether? So how many groups are there? How many children are there? There are 2. So we've got 2 bars here. How many cars does each child have? 9. So there are 9 in each bar, and if you added them all together, we get 2 times 9, which is 18. One more. A torch has 3 batteries. How many batteries will be needed for 7 torches? So this is worded a little bit differently. Firstly, we need to work out how many groups we have. And for that, we'll be looking at the number of torches. There are 7 torches, so there must be 7 groups. And then we need to think how many batteries are going into each torch. There are 7 groups of what? 7 groups of what? In each group, there are how many items? 3 batteries. In each torch group, there are 3 batteries. So there are 3 items in each torch, and we can put them into the box and add them up. 3 times 7 is 21. So we can match the sentences with the pictures. You can pause this and try it yourself, or you can have the lesson up and do it yourself, or you can watch me. 2 groups with 8 items in each group. So I'm going to look at the ones which is 2 groups. The only one with 2 bars is this top one. 3 groups with 4 items in each. I can see this one has 3 groups, and I can count that there are 4 blocks in each. That must be that one. 8 groups with 2 items in each group. I can see that this one only has 2 blocks, different colours in each one, and there are lots of groups. So that must be that one. And finally, that must be that one. I hope you got it right as well. We can use a bar model to show the number of groups and the number of items in each group. So 2 groups with 3 items in each group. First, we draw a bar. Now we need to think, how many groups does this bar need to be split into? How many groups? 2. So we just simply split the bar in half. And they're equal groups, so you split it right down the middle. And now we add the number of items in each group. So 3 items in each group. So we fill them in, put the numbers into each group, 3 and 3, and if we added 3 and 3 together, we would get 6. Two groups of 3, 2 times 3, 6. Let's have one more example. 8 groups with 4 items in each group. So first we draw a bar. This time we're not just going to split it in half. We still need equal groups because there are 4 items in each group. There's not different number of items in each group, but we need to split it equally, this bar, into 8. And then we have to put 4 items in each bar. We can put the number 4 in each bar, or you could just do 1 because we know they're all the same. And then we want to know how many are in the whole bar. 8 groups of 4, 8 times 4, 32. One more example. 5 groups with 12 items in each. Draw a bar, split it into 5, write 12 in one of them, or all of them if you find that easier. Do your calculation, 12 times 5, or 5 times 12, and you would get 60. So let's give it a go. 3 groups with 4 items in each group. We need to think, what are we going to split this bar into? The equal parts, we need to split it into groups, so we need 3 equal parts. And we're going to look at how many are in each part. We've got 4 items in each group, so in this group we must have 4, this group 4, this group 4. But because they're equal size, we only need to label one of them, because we'll know the others are exactly the same. So 3 groups of 4 equals 3 times 4, which is 12. Therefore, the whole bar represents the number 12. In real life problems, we can use a bar model to help us understand the calculation we need to do. So in a shop, we have a bag here of apples. Each bag holds 5 apples, and there are 6 bags of apples on the shelf. So we need to think, how many apples are there altogether? We've got 6 bags of 5 apples. We can swap the word bags for groups. 6 groups of 5 apples. So we could draw a bar and split it into 6. We know that in one group there would be 5. So therefore we can see that we can do 5 times 6, or 6 times 5, and the whole bar equals 30 apples. Let's try another one. Anna is collecting stickers for her album. Her albums have 7 pages. Each page can hold 8 stickers. So her album has 7 pages. So we know 7 groups. So we can split our bar into 7. And we know each page holds 8 stickers. So we put an 8 into one of our groups. We know all the rest have to be 8. So we know there are 7 groups of 8. Therefore, we're doing 7 times 8, which is 56. Let's try another. A gardener is sowing sunflower seeds in a tray. Each tray has space for 32 seeds. How many seeds can be sown in 3 trays? Okay, so this time they've given us the item number and then the amount of groups. So we know that we have 3 trays. That is the number of groups. So we split into the bar into 3 equal parts. And then we put 32 in each one. Now this is a very tricky sum that you might need to use your column multiplication method to work out. Or if you found that too tricky, you could do 32 plus 32 plus 32. It's a bit of a longer calculation and it's more chance of you getting it wrong, but if you've forgotten how to do your column multiplication, that would be the best way to do it. 3 times 32 is, oh, they're going to show us how to do it. So we do 32 and we do 3. Then we do 3 times 2, which would be 6. 3 times 3, which would be 9. 3 times 32 is 96. So now we're going to try one. A farmer has 10 barns. Each barn can hold 7 cows. Okay, so we know that there are 10 groups of 7 cows. So the first thing we need to do is split this bar into 10. Oh, sorry. I didn't realise I had to type it in. Then we need to put 7 cows into each barn. One of them, and we know they're all equal. So we do 10 groups of 7 items, which would be 10 times 7, 10 times 7, and we all know that equals 70. Very easy. 70 cows. It's a lot of cows. We can put it into our bar model at the top. We can also use a bar model where the word problem requires more than one calculation, a 2-step problem. A supermarket sells cartons of milkshake. 4 cartons are packaged into a box. 3 boxes fit on a shelf. 5 shelves are filled with boxes. Now it sounds like a lot. We need to work through it very slowly. How many cartons of milkshake are available to be sold? Okay. There is more than one way to work out the answer. We could start by finding the number of cartons on one shelf, or we could start by working out how many boxes there are. Okay, we're going to think how many cartons are on a single shelf. So we know 4 cartons are packed into a box and 5 shelves are filled with boxes. We know 3 boxes fit onto a shelf. So we know that one bar will be 3, split into 3 equally. And we know how many are in each bar? 4. So we would do 3 times 4, and we know that would equal 12. So in one shelf, we can fit 12. We can fit 12 onto one shelf. Now, there are 5 shelves filled with boxes. So now we draw a new bar with 5 equal parts, because there are 5 shelves. There are 12 cartons on each shelf, so we put 12 into one box, and we know that that would be 5 times 12, 5 groups of 12, which would equal 60. Now don't worry if you found that tricky, because it is quite a tricky 2-step problem to work out, because there's lots of information that goes into it, but you can work through it really slowly to be able to work it out. You could have done it the other way as well. You could have done 3 times 5 and then times it by 4. Okay, final question. Sue, Jane, Ahmed and Joe each own a kite. So we've got 4 children and therefore 4 kites. Each kite needs 2 new strings. Each string must be 12 meters long. What is the total length of string they need to use? So first we need to work out how much string we need, and then we need to work out how many meters that is. So we've got 4 kites and each has 2 strings. So our first calculation is 4 times 2, which would be 8. And then we would do 8 times 12, because each string is 12 meters long. And 8 times 12 is 96, okay? Now, my challenge for you is I've helped you a lot with this calculation. I've gone through it very quickly. Now I want you to try it on paper with drawing your bar models, so you can clearly see it. I can't draw them for you, okay, but now I've completed it. You've even got the answer. You can work back and draw it out using the bar models, just like we have been. Okay, that's to show you it's right. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Don't forget to log into your portal and do your work, and I'm looking forward to having another lesson tomorrow.